Clyburn knocks activists targeting wrong statues. No one was more anti-slavery than Ulysses S. Grant. To view the full article, click the first link in the description below. House Majority Whip James Clyburn, D.S.C., told The Story Tuesday that activists calling for the removal of statues across the country have gone a step too far by targeting depictions of George Washington and Ulysses S. Grant. "I have no idea what they know or do not know," Clyburn told host Martha McCallum. "I know what I know, and I do know that no one was more anti-slavery than Ulysses S. Grant. Yet, I saw the other day that somebody interpreted as having married into a family of slave owners that Hugh has disqualified. I could not disagree more," Clyburn added. "I think that he ought to be judged on his own merit." Statues of Washington, Grant vandalized amid BLM protests. Clyburn joined The Story hours after Joe Biden broached the subject during his first press conference in 89 days. "I think all those Confederate monuments to Confederate soldiers and generals, etc., who strongly supported secession and the maintenance of slavery, and going to war to do it, I think those statues belong in a museum," Biden said. "They don't belong in public places." However, Biden also said that the idea of comparing whether or not George Washington owned slaves or Thomas Jefferson owned slaves, and somebody who was in rebellion and committed treason trying to take down a union to keep slavery, I think there is a distinction. "I think the vice president threaded the needle on that pretty well," Clyburn said. "I pretty much agree. The fact of the matter is, yes, Washington was a slave owner. But do you remember what happened to his slaves at the end of his reign? He freed them." Clyburn went on, "Yes, Thomas Jefferson did own slaves. He never fought for the destruction of the country. He never tried to preserve slavery as a way of life in spite of what shortcomings he may have had." Click here for the Fox News app. Without going into specifics, Clyburn said activists should focus on statues of people. To view the full article, click the first link in the description below.